FTX Crypto Cup just finished. We're recording this podcast on August 21st, I think is today.
Yep.
Magnus just won the FTX Crypto Cup. Prague did really well, second place. I mean, that was just ridiculous. He started off
super
with,
impressive.
I think, was it 4 match victories? Or was it 3 match
maybe
victories?
It was 3 and he lost the 4th. He kind of...
No, I think it was 4.
Maybe it was 4.
I think
I don't
was
remember
4.
exactly.
I think it was 4 and then he lost the 5th one.
And did he lose a 6 as well? And then he beat Magnus in the last one? But his last one was really impressive because he was down in the match. And then he beats Magnus on demand and wins the tiebreak. That's like...
To get second place.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
Once they made it
But
tie
still.
breaks, we already knew that Magnus is winning tournament by points.
Yeah.
But still, Pragnanda was...
But still, I mean, it's not just about first or second place, but to beat Magnus in a match, pretty impressive feat, and as a personal accomplishment for a young player is also great.
It does feel like he's a bit in the shadows of, let's say, Gukesh. Obviously, Gukesh during the Olympiad was just ridiculous. Erigaisi also. It felt like Pragananda, I remember him maybe 4 or 5 years ago when he came at St. Louis Chess Club, one of those millennials events, I think it was called. And he was really making waves at that time. And then he slowed down a little bit, or at least it feels like he slowed down a little bit. He's right now 2650 along those lines. And then you have the guys like Gukesh right now, live rating 2730, I think a bit less because he just lost the last couple of rounds at the Turkish Super League. But still, there's a ridiculous amount of talent in India. The crop of players coming up from the new generation is just off the charts. Now, how do you see this race between Pragnanda, Gukesh, Erigaisi, and so on? Who's going to take the cherry?
Well, it's possible it's not just one of them, of course. I don't think that all of them will be top players. And also, we have to include Nihal Sarin
Nihal,
in
exactly.
that group.
Yeah.
Also around like 26, 60 or so.
Yep.
A bit less than Gukesh. Well,
And I
quite a
think
bit less than
16 also. Right?
Yeah, I think he's around the same age as Pragnanta. He's like very known for his blitz and rapid prowess. Super good, super talented. He's been playing matches against like, Wesley and taking them basically down to the wire in blitz and rapid. So definitely a great player as well. But I think it's just difficult to judge with these young players because sometimes like everyone has their own individual progress, and sometimes people like rush to, like the great heights, nearly the world's top, like Gukesh is doing now, and then they slow down, and then some players kind of take it more sporadic, a slower approach, and then they make like a big jump to the top level. Like let's say Levon Aronian is one of those players who, he made his jump to the top when he was, I think, in his 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which seems very late now, but yeah, it's hard to say. Like Wei Yi is an example. He is sort of a top player and he's really strong, but he was like 27-30 at like the age of 15, 16.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then he's basically the same rating now, which is like, 10 years later. So hard to say, of course. I mean, some of them will be top players from that crop that you mentioned and Nihal Sarin. One of those guys will be a top player, a genuine top player. One of them will probably even at some point be a world champion. Like you have good odds considering there's a lot of good players there. But all of them and which ones?
All right. Well, we're playing the stock market right now, and these guys are your potential picks. Who are you going to put your money on to make it 2,800? Let's not say world champion, 2,800.
I would probably... How many can I pick? Or what? Can I put them in like an order?
Yes.
If I had to pick one...
But one big horse.
If I had to pick one, maybe I'd pick Erigaisi.
Erigaisi.
I might like go out on a limb there, pick one of the older guys.
Oh.
Because his chess is incredible. If I had to pick like them in order, I would probably go Erigaisi, Pragnanta, Gukesh, and Nihal Sarin in that order.
But Gukesh is the highest rated right now.
Yeah, but...
You don't feel he has confirmed yet?
It's, huge Olympiad. Tremendous Olympiad.
Ridiculous, yeah.
But one event, I just don't want to like put too much weight on one event. It's like the hot streak is a bit too hot. you want to see more of that like consistent level,
Mm-hmm.
which he might show, but I just wouldn't put too much weight into one event. It's just too like chess is too volatile.
Mm-hmm.
Things can always there's normal ups and downs, and with like Eric Icey, we've seen it already for like the last year. You know, he's shown his constant level, little incremental improvements. With Prognanta, it's just the way he plays against top players in like rapid and blitz matches is so impressive that he has the like enormous potential there.
I think he recently said that he feels he's underrated in classical chess. Do you feel the same way?
I don't know exactly his rating. Is it? It's hard to say as well. Like I definitely think his rating will
I think he's
improve.
around 2670 after a few games at the Olympiad.
I think his rating will definitely improve. In that sense, I guess he's underrated. But I mean, what does that mean, underrated? Like I wouldn't say he's a top player, but he might be someday soon.